have, a depression or neurological problem or emotional disturbance or mental health issues. These are extremely common. At least why I'm saying about women is because I'm more in touch with the women. That's why I'm saying this. But of course, there are many other men also who go through all the same issues. So why is it that all of us are in depression or in some kind of problem or the other, or we feel some pain? The thing is, as we spoke yesterday, our soul is like eternal, full of knowledge and full of bliss. But right now we are conditioned or covered with this body. And this body, or all of us with these bodies, are in this material world, which is a place of dukkha. When you have a temple, you say Ramalayam, that means who is there in that alayam, in the temple? Rama. When you say Pustakalay, what is there in that place? Pustak. When you say Dukkhalay, what is there there in that particular place? Dukkha. So this material world, Krishna very clearly defines in the Bhagavad Gita as Dukkhalayam Ashashvatam, very temporary. So how to get rid of ourselves from this particular Dukkhalayam, where we go to our original abode, which is Sukha, complete happiness. So for that, all we need to do is Bhakti, that we saw yesterday in the introduction section, where Krishna, Prabhupada very clearly speaks that the only way to become happy is to perform Bhakti. And what is the simple meaning of Bhakti? Bhakti means love of Godhead. How do you acquire love of Godhead? By chanting the holy names of Sri Krishna. When you say Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, you will automatically feel happy and fully nourished from the soul. And when the soul is nourished, there is no way that the body feels pain or sorrow. Even if it is put in an unnatural condition, even if it is put in some kind of health issues, the body will still feel, or the mind will say, I am happy, I am all right, I am in the best situation, I am content, I am satisfied. Why? Because when we are connected to Krishna properly, irrespective of what goes on around us, we will say, I am happy. Right? So that means Krishna does not promise that we will become painless or we will become pain-free. Pain may come, but we will know how to overcome it, or we will know how to adjust to the situation and focus mainly on what is to be focused. So Krishna is teaching Arjuna on how to get rid of that sorrow by indulging in bhakti. So that is the reason why apparently, though, Arjuna is not really bewildered, but Krishna is bewildering him so that he begins to give all of us this beautiful text or Bhagavad Gita, which has got 700 verses, so that all of us learn from it on how to use our mind, intelligence, and also live in this material world, and how to live in a spiritual manner. So whether you are a student or a housewife, or a man who is working for the family, or the women who are working in some some companies, from institutions or organizations, no matter what situation, material situation you have, and whatever could be your age, you can still follow bhakti, or you can still follow bhakti yoga, so that we can go closer to the Supreme Lord. Okay, so now let us go to the next slide. So why the battle of Kurukshetra? What is this background of Kurukshetra? Now, what is this Kurukshetra? Like when the whole text began, it started with Dhritarashtravacha, Dharmakshetre, Kurukshetre, Samaveta, Yuyutsava, Mamakaha, Pandavaschaiva, Kimakurvata, Sanjaya. So Dhritarashtra is asking Sanjaya, Sanjaya, can you tell me something? We are in Hastinapur and I'm blind and I want to know what is happening there in Kurukshetra. So Sanjaya could see the entire, Kurukshetra, battlefield of Kurukshetra on the wall of his room in Hastinapur. Just like a television screen is being displayed, that was the situation. And Sanjaya was able to see everything. And after seeing, he was able to tell Duryodhana of what is happening there. Now, when we say Dharma Kshetre, Kurukshetre, what is the meaning? Kurukshetra is actually the battlefield. And what does this Dharma Kshetra mean? A place or a sacred place where lot of sadhus or lot of kings in the past, in the yore, have performed lot of austerities and yagnas and dharmic activities, due to which that place has become so very sacred. So, this Kurukshetra is the place where the Kuru kings had performed austerities. So, because of their austerities, Brahmadev had come there once, and there is a Brahma Kund also in Kurukshetra. So, because of his presence or association there, that place became even more pavan, because another pure devotee is coming and visiting that place and blessing that place. So, when the whole place is so very rich with the spiritual vibration, it will only make anyone who goes there become dharmic. Why? Because the influence of the place will be there on our mind, right? Because if the place is divine, the moment we enter that energy or that environment, we become spiritual because of the spiritual aura of that particular place. So that is the beauty. So because Kurukshetra, though battlefield now, is actually being visited by both Kauravas and or they are right in front of each other. Both Kauravas and Pandavas have come there to fight a war, and this is called a fratricidal war because it is happening between cousins, between brothers, right? So this is the background of Kurukshetra, which we have just discussed. And we also know why the war took place, because these fellows, cheated Pandavas, and they sent the Pandavas on exile. After they came back, they again cheated them, after 12 years, they sent them for another year. And then for 13 years, they're actually in the forest. And when they came back, they wanted to, be happy with these fellows. But what did they do? They went for a war. They said, no, we are not going to give anything to you. 5 villages ka to sawal hi nahi hai. I'll not give you even a pinpoint of land. That much our Duryodhan said. Because of that, all efforts that Krishna put in for, peace formula, everything failed. So now Prabhupada is also talking about Kurukshetra, the importance of Kurukshetra here. And the whole purpose of Pandavas fighting with Kauravas is to establish the principles of Dharma. When there is irreligion and injustice, religion must rise and protect the right. So basically, the queen was insulted. She was disrobed. It is so heinous. It is so horrible. And just imagine those times, women were given so much of respect. In Kali Yuga, things have diminished. They are destroyed. There are no moral values at all. There is no dharma at all. People have live-in relationships. Women are not protected at all. In the name of liberty and freedom, women are actually being exploited, because in the name of freedom, the women can go work, that's okay. But women have to protect their own chastity, their own character, so that, they don't become pregnant, or they don't give birth to children who are fatherless. It's all very painful for the next generation, right? So the women have to protect their chastity. And here, just imagine a queen has been disrobed and insulted and humiliated. So what is the position of normal women? So that's why Prabhupada is saying that when the dharma has been destroyed, it has to be reinstated by the Supreme Lord once again. So the Supreme Lord chose to have this kind of a war. Of course, it's not his choice. He gave a choice to Duryodhan. Dekh, bina war ka ho sakta hai. Like you can be peaceful. I'll see to it that you'll all be peaceful in your own worlds, and you don't become adharmic. But what did Duryodhan say? I don't mind being adharmic, but I'm not going to listen to you. So that is the reason why the Kurukshetra um, battlefield was chosen for this particular battle, even though it is actually a Dharma Kshetra. Okay, that is where all the best people had come and done austerities, and now that is turning into a battlefield. So let us see. Now you might say, "Arey, why? How is it going to be connected to my life?" You know. So the point is, the practical application is that even though we are grihasthas or students or old people or whoever it is, we are all undergoing some trauma, some difficulty or the other, or some challenges in life. Okay, we have challenges at home, we have challenges at workplace, we have family responsibilities. It is as if, like, you are traveling in two boats, something like left leg in one boat and right leg in the other boat. Personal and professional life lead karna, and within personal life itself, taking care of the children, taking care of the parents, taking care of relatives, taking care of extended families. It's not at all easy. And we also have ethical dilemmas. Sometimes we feel, अरे ये जो है ना आसान है, मैं इसको चूज करूं या should I do something which is right or wrong? No, अगर right है तो मैं वो चूज करूं या easy है तो वो चूज करूं. These are ethical dilemmas that a person can have. And we also have spiritual choices. Okay, we have the sense gratificatory propensity, due to which we might want to enjoy. On the other side, we may want to evolve spiritually. So now, just like Arjuna was guided, see, Arjuna is like, falling at Krishna's feet. And in 1.29, what does Arjuna say? Vepatuscha sharire me roma harshascha jayate gandivam shramshate hastat tvat shaiva paridahyate. What does that mean? That means my body is trembling, O Krishna, and I'm having goosebumps. Roma harsha means I'm having goosebumps on my body. And then he says, gandivam shramshate hastat, my bow which I am holding, gandiva, on my shoulder, that is slipping and falling. Why? My throat is parched, my knees are shaking, I'm not able to stand up, I'm sweating like anything, my throat is parched, my skin is burning. Tvak chaiva paridahyate means my skin is burning. So Arjun is actually totally bewildered, like, totally broken and shattered. So Krishna has become his guide now, and he is speaking to Arjuna. He listen, Arjuna, all this is happening because you are thinking only of the body and thinking that you are the body alone, or you are thinking in your mind that enjoyment means to be like this, to gratify the senses or whatever. You have forgotten about yourself as an atma, or your connection with the Supreme Lord. So, because of which you are bewildered. So, I'm going to teach you what dharma is. And if you learn what dharma is, that means moral yes and no. And I am also going to teach you spiritual dharma. There are two dharmas spoken in Bhagavad Gita. One is the material dharma, which is for the body, and the other for the soul. How to nourish the soul, how to nourish the body. Both are important. You can't say I'll not eat food. मैं दिन भर chant करती रहूंगी. नहीं चलेगा. You have to eat. You have to take care of the body. That is, you have to do your material swadharma. That is, you have to do your job. You have to earn money. You have to take care of your family, children, and at the same time, take care of your soul. हम लोग यहाँ पे what we are doing is we are only taking care of our body. We are not taking care of the soul at all, due to which we are in dilemma. So we can't say that I'll take care of only the soul, no body dharma. Both are wrong. I can't say I'll only do material swadharma or I'll do only spiritual swadharma. There has to be a balance between the two. That is exactly what Krishna is going to teach in the Bhagavad Gita, and we are going to learn. Okay. Now, when the text started, like what happened was Dhritarashtra wanted to see what is happening or understand what is happening in the battlefield. So he asked Sanjaya a question. Okay. And what did Sanjaya say? Oh, listen, Dhritarashtra, I know you're very anxious about your own sons winning the war. Okay. And you're also anxious and afraid that your sons may die. Most likely they will die. But he told in a very diplomatic way to Dhritarashtra. And he said, Kurukshetra is a place where all the weeds will be plucked out and thrown. That means just like in a paddy field, all the weeds are plucked out and thrown, right? Similarly, Kurukshetra is Dharma Kshetra, where all these villains, rascals, and the Kshatriyas who are adharmic will be plucked out and thrown out of the place, right? So now the point is, Dhritarashtra is a blind king. He was born blind. So, and another problem is he's also spiritually blind. Even if there are, like, I myself see lot of spiritually blind people in Devanath School for the Blind who are like simply amazing children who get up early in the morning by 3:30. They take more time to have bath. They are little, in a, I mean, in circumstances where they can't, decipher ways the way we decipher. So that is the reason why they wake up early in the morning, have their bath, and by 4:30 they sit down to chant. And when I start my japa session by 5:30, they have already done 8 rounds. And then by 7 o'clock, they would have done all their 16 rounds of chanting. And for the last 4 days, the most beautiful part is they are spotting. I mean, there is one caretaker who is sighted. So she has taken the pictures of the peacock, which comes every day when they chant. So these are actually, a reciprocation of Krishna. So because they are blind, they are not able to see, but still they want to connect with the Supreme Lord. Today, one girl was telling me, Mataji, I don't know how it happens. I'm not a learned person, and I'm very slow in studies. So, but however, whatever I study, only those questions come in the exam, and I write very well and I get full marks. So I was telling Krishna is helping you. So Krishna wants to give happiness. So Krishna wants to give love to the pure devotees. Why? Because the love in the heart of the pure devotee is so pure, so pristine that Krishna wants to reciprocate in a magnanimous way, like that. So Dhritarashtra, because he's a blind person, both materially and spiritually. See, material blindness does not mean one cannot become spiritually visioned. Anybody can have spiritual eyes even though they do not have material eyes. And how can they do it? Just by chanting, just by hearing the message of Bhagavad Gita, a message of the Supreme Lord. So why was Dhritarashtra considered blind? Because he was attached to his sons and especially to Duryodhan. He said, Duryodhan is my son and I love him, and for his sake I will do anything. So I will even cheat anybody. I don't care if the Pandavas get any Rajya, not get, or if their wife is insulted. He's so rude, so mean, so cruel, right? So because of his attachment to his sons, he behaved like that. That is one thing. And he said, Mamakaha Pandavas Chaiva, means my children and Pandavas children, Pandu's children, who are my own. When he's saying Mamakaha, mine, what does he mean to say? Externally, verbally, he's saying mine, both are mine. But actually, he's being partial. To whom? To his own children. That is to Duryodhan. So basically, a king has to be impartial. Only if they're impartial, things will go fine in their Rajya. So this is how the whole story began. And subsequently, in the next few shlokas, you will see that Sanjaya is telling Dhritarashtra, O king, do you know what's happening there? You want to know, right? I'll tell you. Right now, I can see Duryodhana getting down from his chariot, going to Dronacharya's chariot, and he's talking to Drona. And next to Drona is Bhishma Dev. And he's asking Dronacharya, hey, look, Dronacharya, you taught this fellow Drishtadyumna the Astra Shastra Vidya, that means how to fight with the weapons. And you gave him all the education regarding that without hiding anything, knowing very well that Drushtadumna is going to kill you. He was born to kill you. But you are foolish, you taught him everything. अब देख लो कितना powerful आके तुम्हारे सामने खड़ा है, he is standing right in front of you. He might kill you and you will be dead. And not only that, along with Drishtadyumna or Arjuna, Bhima, Yuyudhana, Chekitana, Kashi Raja, so many names he takes and he says, all these are powerful Yudhas. And just see what you have done. You are not diplomatic. You don't have sense. You are not, you don't have any strategic planning. This is what Duryodhana is saying to Drona. And at the same time, when he is speaking to Drona and Bhishma, he realizes that some of his army men are hearing his conversation with Drona. So just to keep them pleased, what did he say? He said, Aparyaptam balam Bhishma birakshitam. Like, our Bhishma's balam or strength is aparyaptam. Two meanings are there for aparyaptam. Aparyaptam means immeasurable. Aparyaptam also means insufficient. So he is telling Drona कि what will this Bhishma do? He is partial to Pandavas already. तो ये तो मारेगा नहीं. So we have got a commander-in-chief who is not going to be on our side. He will only be partial to the Pandavas. So our strength is insufficient. He is trying to say that. And he is also giving a different meaning to his people there who are hearing it as immeasurable. What is immeasurable? The strength of Bhishma is immeasurable and is far more than Bhima. Balam Bhishma Birakshita. That is going to save us. And as compared to, Bhima. Actually, Bhima, Duryodhana is very scared of Bhima. Why? Because Bhima took a vow. And he said, because you have ill-treated my wife and, you have done this, big, heinous crime, I am not going to spare you. I will tear your thigh because you told my wife to sit on your thigh. I'm going to tear you open and I will, drink your blood. Even Drishta, who is that Dushasan's blood also I will drink. Like that he says. And with that blood which comes from the heart of Dushasan, I will, wet the hair of my wife Draupadi. He says this. Why? Because Dushasan had held Draupadi by her hair and dragged her to the Sabha. So Bhima could not, tolerate that. And for many years he waited. That's the reason why when Arjuna and other Pandavas, when they got an opportunity to kill the, Kaurava brothers, they did not kill. They said, no, Bhima took a vow. We have to leave these fellows to Bhima only. Let him only kill all the brothers. So that is the beauty. So basically, why is this war happening? Is it because Krishna wants violence? No. Krishna, however, is asking Arjuna in the entire text of Bhagavad Gita to fight the war and not lament, not lament, not lament. There are so many shlokas in second chapter which end with that don't lament. Why? Because he says that anybody who is born has to die. So in some way or the other, he has to die. Okay? But what dies is not the body. And whoever is dead has to be born again. So, Jatasya dhruvam mrityur dhruvam janma mritasya cha tasmad apariharyate natvam shochitum arhasi. Don't lament. Okay? So, which means he says, whoever is born has to die and whoever dies has to be born again. But you have to do your duty as a Kshatriya. What is Arjuna's duty? Kshatriya, to be an army man. If India-Pakistan agar war ho raha hai, and if the India army man comes and says, no, I don't want to kill the Pakistani soldier because I will get sin. What will you say? Arre yaar, if you don't kill that fellow, he'll enter our border, our country and harm us. So as an army person, your duty is to kill. So that's exactly what Krishna is telling Arjuna. That you are a Kshatriya, you are an army man, that is, you are a prince. And your duty is to protect your praja. If you say, that I don't want to fight this war. That is not going to be correct. So please fight the war. So when Krishna is suggesting this to Arjuna, he is not doing anything wrong. He is doing the best thing, right? So now after Duryodhan says this to our Drona, and all the other army people are hearing that, okay, I think we are also strong enough, we are also bold enough, we are also courageous enough, because Duryodhan is taking our names. So they started feeling very happy. And the next section is about, the signs of victory. Okay. This is about Duryodhana's diplomacy, which we saw just now. Duryodhana is like addressing Drona, and very tactfully and very carefully he's doing that. He's also putting down Drona on one side and also Bhishma on the other side, and at the same time telling all his fellow men that no, don't worry, we have Bhishma Dev whose strength is immeasurable, so he's going to kill everybody, don't worry, like that. So he's talking in a very diplomatic, crooked manner, because he's a crooked person. Now Sanjaya is telling that, listen, my dear Dhritarashtra, I can see signs of victory in this battlefield. What are those signs of victory? There is a flag, you can see. There is a flag over, you can see in this picture. There is a flag over Arjuna's chariot. Okay. Over that, actually, there is a insignia. You can see in this, there is Hanuman's picture there, right, on the flag, which means this war is going to be successfully fought by Arjuna. And the next thing is goddess of fortune. Wherever Krishna is present, goddess of fortune Lakshmi will surely be there, isn't it? So he is telling, अभी तो यहाँ पे लक्ष्मी जी भी है क्योंकि कृष्ण है यहाँ पे. Next is, it is being fought in Kurukshetra, and then there is a symbol of Vishnu on the conch shell. Like, all of these people had some conch shells. Can you see here? Krishna is blowing his conch shell called Panchajanya. Arjuna is blowing Devadatta. Bhima is blowing Poundra. Yudhishthir blowing Ananta Vijaya. Nakula blowing Sughosha. Sahadeva Manipushpaka. Drishtadyumna Kashyapa. Shikhandi has a conch shell called Shikhandi, so he's blowing that. Satyaki has Dvanjaya, and then Abhimanyu has got a conch shell called Subhadra. Now, why are the conch shells being blown? Because when they are blown, they make loud sound, loud vibrations. Hridayani Vyadharayat, it actually shatters the hearts of the Kauravas. They're so scared. Can you imagine? Something falls and makes a loud noise. What do? We get scared, right? Kya gir gaya? Kya toot gaya? Or, did it break the floor, or did it hurt anybody? Or will it hurt me? No, generally that is the thought. So just imagine all the bugles, the trumpets, the, conch shells of all the warriors that are being played. Like even Bhishma has got, Drona has got his own. So both sides, the bugles are being played. But these people are playing the bugles and the conch shells, but their hearts are not shattered. Why? They know that Krishna is on our side and we are on the side of Dharma. Anybody who is dharmic, very moral, will have that courage to speak up and say that, नहीं, मैंने गलती नहीं किया, मैंने ये किया और ये हुआ. Like, they'll be able to stand up for themselves, right? So the conch shells are blown, and then what is the message that they are sending to Kauravas? That, listen, your hearts are getting shattered, which means you're going to die very soon. All the army men on Kaurava's side started feeling, fear in their hearts. Okay. And after that, Sanjay actually tactfully informed him about a few more things, that, all these signs are actually indicating the victory of the Pandavas. So, he also says there is no heartbreak on the side of Pandavas. Nobody is scared. Only the Kaurava side are scared. So, these are the things that he has informed. Now, let's move to the next slide. Now, when Arjuna entered the battlefield, you can see Arjuna and Krishna have entered the battlefield, and Arjuna is saying, Krishna, I want to see what is happening here. Can you take me to the midst of this battlefield? I want to see who are there on both the sides. Then Krishna nicely takes Arjuna's chariot right next to Drona and Bhishma's chariot. And then he makes it stand over them. And then Arjuna thinks, Acharyan, Madulan, Bratran, Putran, Pautram, Sakimstata, Swashuran, something else. So he says all these acharyas, that means teachers, Madulan, his maternal uncles, Bratran, my brothers and cousins, and Putran, all my sons, or Pautran, grandsons, and Swashuran, fathers-in-law. All these people are there. How? I mean, how can I kill? Arjuna started meditating on that point. Okay. And what is Krishna saying? Please take me to the middle of the battlefield. I want to see what is happening and who are actually there to fight. Okay. Then Krishna says in a very joking manner, दोनों तेरे भाई ही तो है, दोनों तेरे कुरु सभा के ही हैं. That means this is all Kuru dynasty only, not that two dynasties are fighting. So he's kind of joking, teasingly he's trying to say that dono tere hi bhai. I mean, they belong to you only. Okay. And why did Krishna just listen to what Arjuna asked him to do? Because Krishna satisfies the hearts of a pure devotee. जो अपना भक्त है, उसके हिसाब से कृष्णा चलेंगे. That's why Krishna fulfilled the request of Arjuna. Okay. Now there is a turning point. What is that turning point? Arjuna is bewildered. My God, 11 Akshonis on this side and 7 Akshonis on this side. Totally 18 Akshonis of Sena, which is crores of people. All these people are going to die and all my loved ones are going to die. How? I mean, how can I do this? And then he started, feeling pained. That thought, was rising in his mind. And he thought, nahi, I think I should stay back. Okay? I should not kill anybody. So, then Arjuna started feeling compassion. Okay? So, because Arjuna is a pure devotee, he is feeling compassionate. What does a pure devotee do? Pure devotee always thinks of saving others, protecting others, because he is very soft-hearted, and he never wants to kill anybody or never wants to do any sinful activity, right? And he also wants to see that, theek hai, even if I have to lose in this battle, I don't mind. I'll give up the war itself. I don't even mind dying, but I don't want to kill because this is going to be very brutal. So here actually Arjuna is feeling material compassion. What is this material compassion? Material compassion means to think that if I fight this war, I'll be killing these people. No, the body has to die anyway, right? So he's feeling, two kinds of fearfulness. That is material and also spiritual. But what is prominent is material compassion. Okay. So then he's thinking that if I kill all these people, I'll get sinful reactions. And with whom will I enjoy this Rajya? Rajyam Bhoga Sukhanicha. Like with whom am I going to enjoy if everyone dies? Because enjoyment means two or more people, right? One person cannot enjoy. So he is thinking, Arey Krishna, you're asking me to kill them, but my heart is becoming weak due to attachment to all these people and I cannot fight this war. So Prabhupada is telling very clearly, Arjuna is a great personality and his compassion is also very good. But Krishna wants to purify that compassion. He wants Arjuna to understand that real compassion is to serve Krishna and help others to do the same. That is the highest kindness. So what is real compassion? To love and serve everyone and to take everyone closer to Krishna. If you give Krishna consciousness to the others, that is the highest welfare that you can perform. So now Krishna is going to begin teaching, but of course from the second chapter, that what you're having towards your people is false compassion. Why? You want to protect their body. They're already so contaminated, they're so cruel. But if you leave them, they'll even become more violent. So, this is not compassion. Compassion means if at all that fellow deserves some punishment, you punish him. You should not say that, "Arey, इसने 10 murder किया, but I'll not, ask for, a very big punishment for him. It's okay if they keep him in jail for 1 year or 10 days or whatever. That is not punishment. That fellow is not going to change. He'll kill more people, right? So Krishna is telling, you are a Kshatriya, like a policeman or an army man, has to fight the war. So I am expecting you to fight the war, and what you have is not real compassion. Now, so Arjuna is asking, how can I kill my own relatives? And this compassion is based on the body, and it will only give temporary relief to them. It will not give any permanent relief to you and to them, right? Like that. And then he is teaching that real compassion is not for the body, it is for the soul which is trapped in the body. And if you take it to eternal life, then that is true compassion. Okay. Then Arjuna is asking, Ki Krishna, if everyone dies, okay, and say, I get the entire Rajya, पूरा kingdom मेरे हाथ में आ गया, what will happen? How will I enjoy? How will I, to whom will I show off? Like, मेरे पास इतना बड़ा kingdom है, देखो मेरा interiors कैसा है, what all I have in my home, or how I have kept my kingdom, what all, intricate work I got done in my home. किसको दिखाना है? किसी को नहीं दिखा सकता है. Like, he can't say, in my kingdom I have huge palaces which are like, having emeralds and all kinds of gems and stones and all those things. Whom will I show it to? So Arjuna is asking like that. But is it the right way? Is it the right thing? So Arjuna is thinking that if everyone dies, he cannot enjoy. So he is thinking of enjoyment only. He is not thinking that if I don't kill these fellows, they'll become more brutal and there will be adharma in the whole society. So that is a higher cause or a higher thought. But he is not thinking deeply. He is thinking externally. Ki, what will happen? I'll get the entire kingdom. Hastinapur will be in my hands. But whom will I show off to? कि मेरे पास ये है. कोई नहीं रहेगा, सब मर जाएंगे. तो किसको दिखाऊंगा? Like that. Next. Okay. Enjoyment. Yeah. Next is Arjuna is saying that, I'll get sinful reactions. So now he is not saying that I'll not fight the war because he's scared. He's scared of dying. He's not afraid of death. He's only saying that if I kill all these people, that is all the Pandavas, that is my brothers and myself, we will incur a lot of sin, because it's not just the Kaurava leaders who will die, but all the men, army men, soldiers, everybody, the animals, every creature is going to die. So I will get sinful reaction. Okay, so I don't want to take the burden of that pain on my head. So there are 6 types of aggressors according to the Bhagavad Gita. A poison giver, the one who sets fire to the house, one who attacks with deadly weapons, one who plunders riches, one who occupies another's land, and one who kidnaps a wife. These are the 6 kind of aggressors who can be killed according to the Shastra. But now, are we going to apply the Shastra here in this modern society and say कि नहीं शास्त्र ने जो बोला है तो हम मार देंगे? No. Here we have a particular system of justice, right? So according to that, one will be punished by the government. So we have to leave it to the government for the aggressor to get the punishment. But sinful reactions nahi milega, because that fellow who has tortured your wife or all of you is a very cruel king who will subsequently torture others. So the best thing is to kill Duryodhan. If you don't kill, you will get sinful reactions. That is what Krishna is going to tell. Okay. Now, Arjuna is scared about another thing. He's saying not just compassion or enjoyment with whom will I enjoy or I'll incur sinful reactions. The fourth thing he's saying is destruction of family values. If all these fellows are dead, okay, all the men, who will be left? Only women and children. So, who will be there to protect the women and children? Who will take care of the welfare programs of the family, society, and who will do the Shodasha Samskaras or Dashavida Samskaras at least? And who will take care of all these things? कोई नहीं रहेगा. And then he's also saying there could be some men, okay, जो war में बच गए. But what will those men do? They will actually exploit the other women whose husbands have died. And the women also may mix up freely with those men. So that will lead to unwanted population. That means Varna Shankara, which means children who are born not to their own mother and father. They may have a mother, but the father must be someone else. So he says that no, Krishna, this is going to, end up in ghastly deaths of all the soldiers and all the people, and that will ultimately affect the women and children. So I don't think I should fight this war. And then towards the end, he says, I'm feeling a challenge of this indecision. I'm not able to decide what to be done and what's not to be done. My loyalties are actually there with, Pandavas and all, towards you, like because you have asked me to take part in the war, but I'm not able to do that because I'm not able to think of higher principles. I'm not able to think about my duty. Okay. And then he says that, I'm not understanding if killing all these people is the right thing. So he's very uncertain also about the consequences. What if we don't get the result or the outcome that we have actually imagined? So I don't think I should fight the war. So he's stuck between the worldly desires and the spiritual goal or the aspiration. So that's why he's telling, I don't know what I have to do, whether I should be conquered by all these people or I should conquer them. You tell me. Okay. So he's telling that I'm still not able to decide. So, what does the Bhagavad Gita teach us? Does it teach us to become emotional, sentimental, or bodhisada superstitious? No. Bhagavad Gita teaches us to be very practical, emotional, but at the same time in a balanced way, and also very truthful, very dharmic. Okay, and above dharma is bhakti. Okay, dharma means just to follow the moral right and wrong, but the real dharma means to love and serve Krishna. Okay, when you love and serve Krishna, you will automatically love everyone else in the world. Okay, so we have to do bhakti. Our end goal has to be bhakti. So that is what the Bhagavad Gita teaches us. Now you might say, "अरे, what will happen if I do bhakti? मैं college कब जाऊंगी? मैं job कब करूंगी? And if married women are there, when will I take care of my children?" You don't know what, Mataji, you are retired, so you're talking like that. You might say that to me. But no, we have done bhakti. I have done, at least I have tried doing since the time my younger son is in 2 years, or even when I was carrying my younger child. So we can balance both. And when we come to bhakti, whatever is unnecessary, we'll kick it out. In the sense, we will think that अरे ये जरूरी नहीं है ना, इसको छोड़ दो, इसको include नहीं करना है मेरे life में. We are very clear about what is to be done and what is to be left. We save our time. We don't, scroll the phone, or we don't watch reels all the time, or we don't go crazy over shopping or going out for the movies and things like that. We are happy, content, and self sufficient. ऐसा नहीं है कि अच्छा बिकॉज आई एम इन भक्ति मेरे घर में कुछ नहीं होगा. Everything will come because Krishna will provide everything to all of us. And then what is the summary of this chapter? Krishna is actually setting the whole scene. The battlefield of Kurukshetra has been actually set up because there is an inner battle that's going on in each one of us. हम सब लोग we are actually very troubled, just like Arjuna is in a dilemma. Arjuna is thinking, what should I do? What shouldn't I do? Imagine Arjuna is 9 feet tall, no feet lambe hai wo, and he's like hatta katta. He knows all the how to use all the weapons, including the nuclear weapon, right? But um, he is falling weak in his knees. He is unable to make a decision. He is unable to see whether his choice is right or not, right? And then Krishna has a divine role of guiding Arjuna. So, what is Krishna's role in this entire chapter 1 summary? What are we seeing? Krishna took Arjuna to the center of the battlefield. Why? To see that he gets bewildered so that the text gets spoken. And what was the turning point? Turning point was when Arjuna falls down at the feet of Krishna and says, sorry, Krishna, you have to do something. I'm surrendering to you. Karpanya dosho pahatasvabhava prichami tvam dharma sammudha chetaha yashreyasyan nishchitam bruhitan me shishyasteham shadimam tvam prapannam. Which means, I'm surrendering to you, oh my Lord. You take care of me, and you are my guide, you are my teacher, and I'm your shishya. So from cousin he became what? A disciple. He's seeing himself as a surrendered soul at the feet of Krishna. So you're my guru. Now I am requesting you. My heart is like miserly, like karpanya. I am affected by this miserly weakness. So I need your help, O Krishna. So now what lies ahead of this chapter? The Gita will unfold timeless wisdom to help us live a purposeful and peaceful life. So from confusion, we will move to clarity. From doubt, we will move to devotion. So this is going to be our journey. So our ultimate aim is, of course, devotion. Okay? But when we do devotion, it also means we are taking care of other things like our job, our health, our mental peace, our mental health, emotional health. Everything will be taken care of. Why? Because when you nourish yourself spiritually, you will automatically nourish yourself materially. Okay, so we have another a lot of time, more than 20 minutes. So if you have any questions, you can actually ask me, or even if you want to share something, you can ask me. You can share if you wish to. Am I still there with all of you?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. So
Yes,
was it understandable?
Yes, Mataji.
Right. So no questions today, or if you want to share something, you can do so. The children from they wanted to join today and speak up. Bhavani, are you there? She's not there. From Devnar school, they wanted to speak today. Are you there, Bhavani? I don't think she's here. Okay. So I thought I'll leave half an hour for questions. And if there are any new people here, they can actually unmute and speak. Because I would like to know, there are so many new people. I would like to know from each one of you, you can unmute and then speak up. Was the class relatable? Was it understandable?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. All right. So if there are no...
Yes, Mataji.
Yeah, somebody has a question.
I have
Advait.
no question, Mataji.
Yeah, Advait.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Mataji. So I wanted to understand that you were talking about the justice system, which was back then put in place by Krishna and then explained to Arjuna. So you said we have to keep trust in the justice system so that the people who are doing wrong can be punished accordingly. But I want to know that, in Kali Yuga for us, we don't have a Krishna to put in place a justice system, right? Because maybe the people who are making the justice system are also doing the wrong. So then what do you exactly do in such a situation?
Exactly is
By
to
following
be
the Gita.
what exactly is to be done is everybody should actually learn from the Manusmriti. Manusmriti is actually, it talks about the codes of law on how the justice system has to be followed in human society. That has been given in the Shastra. So that means we have to even study those Shastras and see how much of it can be followed now. But no matter what, if at all the Bhagavad Puran and the Bhagavad Gita are taught in human society, then the inner pollution of the heart will reduce. That means the propensity to kill or, act in a adharmic way, that will reduce. So when there is peace in society, and then when people are peaceful in the society, why will they even offend anybody or kill anybody or snatch anything from anyone? Or the crime rate will reduce. So what is required is not whether we have the law and justice system properly or not, or whether we use the Puranic law system or not. What is to be followed is the dharma, that is by learning from Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. So prevention is better than cure. So we need to know how to even prevent these things. We talk about external pollution like noise pollution, sound pollution, this, that, so many things. But there is an inner pollution of the heart because the heart is filled with lust, anger, and greed, illusion, pride, and envy. So all these things are actually propelling people to do wrong things. If there is racism, because there is bodily consciousness of I, me, mine. So when I say I am only being selfish at my level, single person, personal level. But if I am saying my community, what am I saying? I am associated with a community, or everything is related to me in terms of this community. So there also you have a me in the center and a few more people around you to whom you're extending your love. That's all. When you say community, society, nation, that means you are extending your love only up to that point. When you say, I am Indian, but I will not tolerate anyone else in India other than Indians, what does that mean? We are being selfish. So there is a problem in the heart. We are not able to see everyone as Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. That means a part of Lord Vasudeva's family. So we have to see everyone in connection with Krishna, then we'll become peaceful, happy, and content. So why will there be racism or any other crime or anything? There won't be anything. So what is to be followed is the Dharma Shastras like Manusmriti or even Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. Especially these two Bhakti Shastras have to be followed actually, the Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam. And if you have to instill values in the society in a proper law and justice system, then yeah, Manusmriti mein there are a lot of codes. Maybe those things can be followed. Is that okay, Advait?
No.
No? Okay, you can ask me.
Yeah, so I have a follow-up question.
Hmm.
You said we should follow Dharma and also follow the Dharma Shastras in the present times to uphold Dharma and something like that, right? So I wanted to know, but in my idea, Manusmriti holds a very anti-woman stance, like in a very derogatory way, because some things in it say that women must be never independent and they're innate seducers, and then they must never be dependent in the day and night and something like that. They must be stoned. So I don't think some Dharma Shastric texts can be applied in the contemporary times because even they act against instilling certain values in the society. So I still didn't understand how to have
Okay.
faith in the justice system.
Okay, there are some ways of viewing this. For example, you have a diamond or a very precious stone. Do you keep it on the table and leave it? Or do you keep it in a nice and protected way in a safe place? Where do you keep the gems and precious things? Do you leave them on the table or on the sofa or anywhere like that?
Yeah, I understand your point, but then you can't say if the diamond is rolling on the table, you have to crush it.
No, we are not crushing it. We are actually trying to protect it. There is a difference between exploiting and crushing and taking care. We are actually trying to protect women, but if
So
the
would you say you will never let the diamond be independent on the table, even if it's kept protected?
the diamond has its own value due to which it is being kept in that manner, not because it is of less value, it is of more value. If the diamond is thrown out just like that, anybody can or everybody can misuse it or steal it. So that's the reason why, for protection's sake, we are actually doing it, not because. But yeah, some things could be like derogatory. So we have to understand in what sense, in what context they are being used or said.
Manusmriti says women are denied to even seek a divorce. So that's really bad, right?
Yeah, there are, see, I'll tell you, in the days of yore, everything was taken care of, both in the physical, emotional, and spiritual level. Okay, so people were content. So those days there was nothing like a divorce. Now there is something like a divorce because the hearts are polluted and women are being exploited. It doesn't mean that women were never exploited in the past. There could have been some cases, but largely people were content and happy. So, in that sense, there are certain things like let's make it a rule that if you get married, you will live with this person forever. No, that is for a reason that was told, but it doesn't mean that agar shadi ho gayi to you don't get a divorce. Nothing like that. I mean, uh, but yes, as I said, largely everybody was content and happy. Wife and husband knew how to care for each other. Wife and husband did not think that I will want my. I mean, the wife did never think that only my husband has to serve me, and the husband did not think that only my wife has to keep serving me. I'll not do anything for her. They cared for each other. They looked after each other more than they looked after themselves. So, largely, there was love, peace, comfort, contentment in those relationships of the past. But now we don't see that in this generation. So, that is because everybody is becoming very selfish, right? I, me, myself, my money, uh, my car, my things. So, even the wife cannot use it, or the husband cannot use the wife's, items or whatever. So, people have I, me, myself in the center, due to which all the problems are actually happening. So that's why we are thinking, "Okay, why shouldn't a divorce happen when they can't get along?" But those days, most of the people, they got along very well. So that's why there was nothing called a divorce in those days. But it doesn't mean that if there is something very horrible that is happening between man and woman, it does not mean that they didn't allow divorce at all. The separation happened. Okay.
Yeah, okay. Maybe I'll understand more comprehensively in the subsequent classes. Thank you.
Hopefully. Okay. Yeah, there is one more hand up. Shailaja Mataji. Shailaja Mataji. Yamini. Yamini, would you like to ask? Yamini Guttikonda. Okay. You will have to unmute yourself and speak, Mataji. Shailaja Mataji. Maybe you are muted. That's why we are not able to hear you. Yamini Guttikonda, you had also given a hand raise. Would you like to ask? No? Okay. Right. So we will meet again, most likely on the
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Shailja Mataji.
Sorry, I was not able to do that unmute. So, Mataji, I also always, I argue about this point, whatever Advait was saying. See, it is one thing is it's something which is 5,000 years old and 10,000 years old cannot be applied to today's date. That is one thing. So when we listen to these scriptures and all these talks, pravachan, what we should do is take what the good is there from it, take it, and we have to let go of some things. But there is no doubt, even